Hello, everyone. My name is Darren DeFillo, and yes, this is a new podcast. I am here starting a podcast to help younger men, yes, help younger men just live better lives. Point blank, period. I feel like a lot of young men have the challenge of having a balanced life, and there's even sayings out there that you're not going to be successful by having a balanced life. And me personally, just feel like that's overall unhealthy. Um, you can work hard, you can have a family, you can make money, you can be close to God, you can be fit, you can do all of these things, but it does take some work. Um, the average person doesn't do all of those things really well, but as a young man, having yourself together is the only way for you to thrive. Because life within itself is just going to be difficult. But you can make it as easy as possible. And I think that having the true experience of going through those things, going through difficult things, I've been through that enough to tell other people and other young men that you don't have to, and there's ways to get around it. I am an individual that actually grew up living and still do have sickle cell disease, which brought a lot of challenges to my life. I've been through many heartaches and natural things to really get me to the point of wanting to thrive, having the urge to thrive. I currently am a videographer. I work at my church that I've been going to for over 20 years. And this is the time right now for me to jump into another lane, which is right now podcasting. I know how to be an artist, be a creator, and I am a father as well of two young boys, 5 and 8 years old. And one thing this may be for is for them. I could talk to them every day, but also leaving a trail behind of positivity is really something that I really want to do. And if I can help others as well at that point, and in this point of my life, and at the point of the lives that you may be in, I am really, really excited to do so, and hopefully help guide you or help make better decisions based on the stories I've seen, the things I've been through, health wise, family wise, fitness wise, money wise, those types of things to live a balanced life. So that's the reason why I did this, and let's continue to move forward. There are 4 pillars to healthy living, and those 4 pillars, and you may hear these in different varieties. People have different ways of saying it, but to keep it simple, I have them here as fitness, faith, finances, and family. Fitness, faith, finances, and family. If you keep those 4 pillars strong, build them up at all times, 9.99 times out of 10, you're going to have a pretty decent life, and a life that can excel and have generations be stronger than you. It's so important to have these things and be well rounded, because when you miss one, you feel like something is missing, and two, it could just it could get you in a rut. So, for example, you have all the money, you have you're close to God, you have a good spiritual or whatever you believe in. I'm just be honest, I'm a Christian. I believe in God, and you also have your finances straight, but you don't have a family. You don't have a close family. You're going to go through some things mentally that's just not going to be right. It's just going to. Um, all of these things are going to affect you subconsciously within your mind to be able to live accordingly, to be sane, to be consciously just understanding that I don't have anxiety. I don't feel like I need this or I need that. You want to have ambition, but you don't want to have anxiety. So, those things are pretty important. Now, let's talk about fitness. I've been in situations because of actually me having sickle cell that I couldn't run. If I did try to run, I would run for maybe, if I ran full speed for 10 seconds, I would literally feel like I'm about to die. Like I have to lay out on the ground. I start to hyperventilate. It would get crazy. Luckily, this day today, this day and age for me, I can run. I worked myself into be able to doing that, finding the right tools that I need to be able to actually run and do something and work my cardiovascular muscles and breathe better. Just your health in general is so important. Without your health, you can't move the way you want to move. You can't think the way that you need to think. And I see people that, even older people, that just disregard their health and they continue to do what they've been doing, and it doesn't turn out well for them. So yes, that's the first thing that you really, really, really want to get into: getting a healthy diet, taking out those sugars, and anything that's inflammatory. The internet is here to help us understand what causes diseases in our bodies and what causes us to have so many issues. So I really encourage you to look into that. Now, moving to faith. Me personally, without God, I would probably have some suicidal attempts. um, there's people, of course, who totally disagree about the idea of a God. But I am a Christian once again. And being able, what really got me to feel and to understand that God is real is by the mere fact that every self-help book, every antidote, like any kind of thing that just seems like it works, and I've also read the Bible, it all feels right, and it all goes back to biblical text. It all goes back to biblical text. I could read something and be like, oh man, that makes so much sense. And I may come through a passage in the Bible and it's like, but this is the same thing. So yeah, that's the main thing. And also, I'd rather believe in something than nothing when all of it's all done. So, and it feels good to actually do the things that are necessary in a Christian way. And it feels bad when you do things that just doesn't feel right. And these are things that are in the Bible. So, it's just simple. It's simple for me. I'll say that. And, inviting him into your life, to me, it was life-changing for me. And I challenge other people as well to do the same. Now, finances. We all know that money can help you get in places that you want to go. Money can help you meet people that you would never thought that could help you and your family in so many ways. But also, money isn't the most important thing when you look at it the wrong way. But you have to have it. I mean, there's nowhere around it. This is how society lives. This is how society runs around money. And it gives you, a sense of freedom when you are financially stable. You can do things, everybody looks at it differently. But when you have a substantial backing of finances, you tend to have a lot less sleepless nights and headaches when that's the case. So, we're going to talk more about getting your finances right and how to do that. But right now, I'm just trying to get through what these pillars are and why they're so important. And lastly, is the family pillar. Without my sons, and my mom and my dad, and, even just my grandmother, my cousins, having those people in your corner, making those relationships good, and fulfilling the obligation of being that role of a father, of a son, of a husband, if you're a husband, of a, you know, a grandson. Like, it's fulfilling when you honor those in that way, and also be a man of respect. You can love people, but also make them respect you. You can love people, but also be stern. And they know it, and it's not a battle, right? When you hold your place. And in reality, I think most people, not think I it's it's for sure, most people want a man to stand their ground on things. But you have to have that discernment of being a leader, and having that understanding of when to make the right decisions and how to do that, and that comes with practice. So your family would never, if you are fruitful with those relationships, they will always be so gracious towards you and give back to you in tenfold. Um, it's these are the things that has pushed me to the brink of saying I need to help others find this. I think we all know it subconsciously that these four pillars are so important, and they all play a big part overall in a balanced lifestyle and having mental clarity. Um, Having mental clarity in order to do things and get things right it seems like it's so complex, but it's not when you just have these things in order. Because now you know what's important and what you need to do to make the next steps. And I'm talking to you now because this is the next step for me. And it's not just about me. It's Darren, you need to help people. You need to tell them what got you to the point of not committing suicide, of getting through sickle cell and these painful things, of getting through a divorce, of being a single parent and not complaining, of having any and all of these bad things happen to you, but succeeding, being around millionaires, helping them with their businesses, with your service, just being an overall good person works, and finding and being lost at one point and finding myself. You may be lost and you are trying to find yourself right now as a young man. I've been there. My dad was incarcerated from my ages that I was 13 and 20. He was incarcerated, and I feel like those was some of the most potent ages for me as a teenager, or just as a growing adult, right? And we have a great relationship now. I wouldn't trade it for nothing. But maybe that is something that just pushed me as well to come and talk to you guys. Whoever is listening out there, whoever watches this video, you can do whatever you want to do, no matter what your circumstances are. And all that is so cliche, but it is the truth. It is 100% the truth. And it's nobody's fault but yours on how your life turns out. We're dealt cards, but you can still play the best out of that hand. And you never know how it's going to turn out. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for listening. Cannot wait to have many, many more talks and Appreciate it. See you next episode.